What's up, people? How are you guys doing? So, real quick, a little over 3 million people filed for unemployment in the last week. That brings our total now over the past 7 weeks to just over 30 million or so people. That's about 1 in 10 out of the U.S. population, a little over 20% of the labor force participation. So, we're looking at a little over 20% unemployment. About over 10% of all Americans have filed an initial claim for unemployment. I'm not telling you guys this to scare you. In fact, I should be telling you this to inspire you to act. Things suck right now. It's shitty. All right? Everyone's losing their job. And just based off of the numbers, you're probably not going to get it back. Half of people who lost their jobs, they're not going to get it back before the end of this year. Okay? That's the most optimistic projection. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to inspire you. There's still so much opportunity out there. There's still so much opportunity out there. In the past 2 weeks alone, I've raised, I want to say, close to $500,000, maybe like $450,000 over the past 2 weeks alone. I've been able to raise. I know three people who had job interviews over the past couple weeks. I know 2 people who got job offers. I know someone who bought a house. There's so much opportunity out there. A lot of people move scared. And I get it. These are scary times. It's unprecedented. A lot of people are like, I don't have access to capital. I don't come from money. I don't. Really? What else? What other excuse do you want to use? I don't come from money. I didn't have access to capital. I got the access to capital. I found it by hustling. Just like you find opportunities by hustling. You can't always remain a victim of your circumstances. We're all suffering through this together. I was expecting right now I'd be in Guatemala or Honduras. But I'm sitting here. Thankfully, I'm here. Tying up the loose ends of my business. And I'm good now. But not everyone's going to be good. And it's not because they can't. It's not because there's something that I have that they don't. They're not going to be good because they don't believe that they're going to be good. They think that the world is going to shit. We're done. It's over. And it's not. Life is moving on. I go outside and I go on jogs. And the birds are still chirping. And the water is still flowing by the river. And the little bugs, they come out and they still doing their thing. They don't care about the problems that we've created. This isn't a real issue. This is a man-made issue. So there's man-made consequences. And we're suffering through those consequences, but it's not a real issue. It's a man-made issue. Just like a lot of people nowadays are, I can't even tell what day of the week it is. But you know what time of the day it is. Because one of them is man-made and the other is natural. In the same way, this issue is a man-made issue. All financial issues are man-made issues. That's why people who get divorced because of money, you guys know that's the number one reason. Finances are like the number one reason people get divorced. And finances are a man-made thing. It's not natural. It's not a natural, I just have irreconcilable, I think that's how you say it. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I can't reconcile my issues with my partner or with my spouse. It's not that. It's not fundamentally we're two different people. Naturally, we found that out after we got married. It's the money situation, it ain't working for one of us. Boom, all right, we got financial problems. It's causing problems in our relationship. Financial problems, financial stress, yes, but financial problems? Why would you invite that into your life? There's no problem. If you good when you don't have shit, and this is the time when you really know. When you really know if someone has stuff or they don't, and whether they came from something or they didn't. Because there's a lot of people who aren't comfortable with not having anything. But I don't mind. That's why I risk. That's why every time I make a move, I risk everything. I put everything on black. Every time. Because I don't care. You can't take away something that doesn't belong to me. None of this should be mine. I was blessed to get it. But that means you can be blessed to get it too. If you put in the hard work and you believe. A lot of people don't believe right now. In fact, a lot of people don't even know the formula to success, how simple it is. You only need two things: passion and purpose. In a different way, you could say you need faith and hard work. There's a lot of people I know who work really, really hard. A lot of people I know work a lot harder than I do. But I never really see them succeeding, the things that they say they're going to do. They're like, yo, Luffy, I'm going to buy a car. And I'm like, word, bro. I don't even want to say congrats yet, but, I applaud the ambition. Like, let's do it. And I'm talking to them 6 months later, and they're like, yeah, I'm thinking about buying a car. I'm like, wait, I thought you were buying a car. Why have we kind of regressed? You're a hard worker. I see you working all the time. They didn't believe. There's a lot of people who work really, really hard and don't believe. And conversely, I know a lot of people, even more, that sit there every night on their knees, praying to God. Y'all thought I was going to say sucking dick, right? Sitting there praying to God. God, please, I want to become a millionaire. But you got a dollar store work ethic. You don't put in the work. The sweet spot is in the middle. When you have unwavering faith and an undeniable work ethic, you prosper. You profit. At the intersection of passion and purpose is profit. If you have full faith and knowledge in what you're doing, you have purpose. And you're invested in the process. You have passion. The only thing left to happen is to profit. But a lot of people don't really have faith. In fact, a lot of people don't know what faith really means. Faith is belief without evidence. And it's funny because a lot of people will laugh at you for having faith. They'll laugh at you for believing without evidence. Well, that's exactly why it's my faith. It's just what I choose to believe. Just like you can choose to have faith in something else. People's work ethic is trash for the most part. Most people have a trash work ethic. Most people who don't really apply themselves, they don't put in the work, they never even reach half of what they're truly capable of doing. It's because they don't ever challenge themselves to do hard things. They never put themselves in a position to. This is what I know, so this is what I'm going to do. Why are you afraid of failing? Because you're attached to the things that you got. You didn't come from the mud. You didn't have nothing before. You feel like you had it all the time. So it being taken away from you feels like now you're being left with nothing. As opposed to if you enter the situation or if you approach life with the mentality that none of this is mine, Because I came from nothing besides what I am. When it's stripped away from you, when you lose everything, you still have yourself. And that's a scary thing for a lot of people. A lot of people don't know themselves. A lot of people don't know what they want to do. This is life's experiment. This is the experience of life. Life is an experiment for you to figure out who you are. There's no set answer. Does the water of a river stay stagnant? No. But it's still the same river. In the same way, the thoughts and actions that you hold, the way that you move through life is going to change as you get older, as you get wiser, as you figure out some things. But you're still you. It's hilarious, to me at least, how often people think all of this is super complicated and how do you do it? How do you do it? How are you getting people to loan you $500,000 in the middle of this pandemic that we're having? Do you think it's hard? That's why it's hard. If you think it's easy, it'll be easy. That's what I genuinely believe about everything in life. I've never lost. I've never lost. And I never will lose. Because I can't. Have I taken an L? Are you serious? Of course. And usually I followed up with another L. But guess what I have now? A fucking W, nigga. And that's the mentality I hold. I can't lose. Because eventually I'm going to win. At the intersections of passion and purpose is profit. One love. I'm out.